no other top laners are currently using.
Absolutely the case. Well, it's going to be Jack's banned away from ZionSpartan, which I guess unfortunately for Dignitas is now a meta pick. So it's actually a common ban for these guys. They're more used to playing against it. But Zion was kind of playing it before it was cool. He's the hipster top laner. Now it's going to be on Westrice to be that guy.
Yeah, it's an interesting couple bans here from compLexity because not only do they ban out the two biggest champions for Shiphtur and Zion that they used during their coast periods, but they also ban out Evelynn, who helps both solo lanes just by being in the game. So it's sort of another solo lane oriented ban there, even though they're banning out a jungler. And all the solo lane bans for Dignitas means that the mid lane has shrunk so much, Westrice is playing to the bans.
There you go. Well, it's going to take all 60 seconds to hover when that Lee Sin comes through. It's a BrokenShard special, but also a champion that Westrice very much enjoys.
Yeah.
So they'll be able to take that one for a while.
Very versatile champion right there. I like to call that the flex pick.
Yep.
You go to many different locations, even mid lane, even support.
True, we've seen that. I mean, Lee Sin's so strong, he can't help but flex pick. Taking the toss now, 40 seconds to make their first two choices. Zion and Crumbzz, I gotta say, first time seeing this duo together, I do want to see how it pans out. LeBlanc still available for a shift in the mid lane if he wants it. And actually, according to compLexity, talking to them before the promo tournament, they said LeBlanc was queen of the mid lane. You could pick her against anything. And then there's one tier below with 3 other champions.
Well, when I talked about the solo lane bans here, a lot of the Dignitas bans were actually solo lane, just straight up mid lane bans.
Yeah, all of them.
And with the first pick also taking away another mid laner, it leaves up maybe like Orianna here for Probably. We'll probably expect him to go with one of those safer ones, but he doesn't have to lock it in early, so they can go ahead and counterpick either of those solo lanes much later. They can wait until they see Dignitas team develop here, even though they've already showed pretty heavy pick there with LeBlanc.
And one of the best split pushes in the game as well is Shyvana, so you know Dignitas gotta wait around for a while and play the map, and their team's gonna work pretty well for this one. compLexity, if it is going to be the jungle Lee Sin, it's going to be all about early playmaking, but KaZik's still available, Elise still available, other high priority picks are available for these guys. They've taken the time with this one. Lucian also, like, there's been no support or AD carry bans. We're waiting all the way down to the 4th and 5th pick to see if we maybe see those champs.
As you mentioned it, they do lock it in. Now, Twitch has been slightly above Lucian, everybody really preferring this champion, just so you can get those assassination picks when teams are moving between objectives. In the mid game, there's so much travel time now in the game, and so much switching of lanes. So many people coming to new lanes, disappearing from the map, and returning. Twitch really thrives in this new meta. Yeah. It's been shown time and time again. The Blade of the Ruined King Rush, it's a huge, huge force on the map. Similar to that Evelynn that was actually banned out by compLexity.
Well, instead it's going to be a fairly similar lane matchup there. Dignitas also going for one of the big mage supports there in Zyra. The crowd was chanting "do it," by the way, when Urgot was hovered over. I was trying to decipher that while listening to you, but that was the attempt there. Teemo, of course, my favorite champion. Please do lock in if you can. Yeah, we actually saw in Cloud9 vs TSM, Lucian die to Twitch in the mid game once they both had their first big item. Something that Imaqtpie will have to play around.
I really do like this 2 vs 2 matchup if they did meet up too, because it'd be very action-packed.
Oh yeah.
Both of these supports add even more damage than the ADs in the early game here. Karma and Zyra are probably 2 of the highest damage supports that there are for the early levels, and they're both extremely strong at harassing from range. The only thing is that Zyra has a bit of an easier time because she can work with the minions to block the Karma shot, and then she can just pop plants up underneath you. Yeah. Versus the Karma and Twitch.
Well, last 2 picks come through for compLexity though. Dr. Mundo going to be grabbed most likely for the top lane. And the Lulu pick gives me pause actually, because Bubbadub's known as a big Lulu main. Though traditionally Lulu's the mid lane or Karma's the support, you could see that the other way around.
Ever since that Bjergsen Penta, you got to keep that in the back of your mind.
Yeah.
Karma mid lane is a very real possibility, but they won't hold on to that right now.
Last pick is Elise, though, for Crumbzz. The rest of these picks you can easily kind of square down and say this is definitely the lineup there. So Elise does come through. No jungle mans at all, and Elise, Lee Sin are the ones that people go for in this.
Yeah, very popular junglers. As we said, there are pretty much those 4 top junglers at the moment. The Evelynn, Elise, Lee Sin, and KaZik's. 2 of them picked up here because you have to spend so many bans if you want to take out the jungle pool. But really, what's interesting to me is Westrice on Mundo. Now, Westrice has a tendency to go very deep. and go very aggressive. You know, start farming behind a turret very early.
Yeah.
He's got to be careful with Mundo. I think this pick may actually force him to change his playstyle and give a new look for compLexity. He'll play further back, especially if we do get those 2v0 situations where he's jungling.
True. Or he's tanky enough that it doesn't matter. He's covered up his weakness by playing overaggressive, by being unkillable. Maybe. He'll play York next time. It'll continue that trend going. The teams have locked in their champ. Let's see who you guys have locked in to win. And according to LOLesports.com, 72% of you are tipping this in Dignitas' favor. You can continue to vote on Twitter by sending us your picks to @LOLesports using the hashtag COLWin or DIGWin for the team you think is going to prevail.
A lot of talk in there. Chatter from Dignitas and smiles from compLexity. So everybody's heading into the game with high hopes here, as they should be at the beginning of the season.
It's true. I mean, you got to figure, like, your champ pools are ready. There's only 3 bans. You've got to play something you're ready to play in the first place. And then you say, okay, you've had all this time to prep for your first match, get your stuff ready to go. And then it's just fun. Like, even if you do lose every single game, it's still fun. You're playing League of Legends for a living. Like, that never sucks.
Great ad for the game right there, Freak.
I'm just saying. It's a whole lot of fun.
All right, yeah, something though that I'm very interested in is the communication on Dignitas. They're notorious for having their in-game communication just being sporadic and just filled with a lot of jokes and laughter.
Yep.
Now, if you do clog up your communications with jokes like that, yeah, it's good to be good-natured and everybody on the same page and having fun, but in the game, you need to be making those split-second calls. You need to have everybody on the same page, not necessarily the time for the jokes.
Are you telling me that jokes have no place in professional League of Legends?
I would never say that.
Thank you. Okay, good. I'm safe now. I like this though. Dignitas, they opened up with a sweeper, and I was wondering to see if teams would do this. Because you know wards are coming out early on. You can get 10 free gold for sweeping on a ward, and get rid of
cost you mana, Freak. It's not free. What? Did I teach you?
The
Nothing
sweeper?
is free.
No, the sweeper.
Oh, I thought you were talking about 10 gold from the karma queue.
No. Oh, but that's good too. But that's depends how many people you hit.
Everybody's rich.
Yeah. So much cash dollars in this game. I know Millennium used to run blue trinket a couple
Sweepers
times.
cost you cooldowns.
True. You have opportunity cost. You don't get a free ward.
There you go.
You kill one then.
All right. Anyway, we do have the defensive wards coming down. There's been so much talk about, new trinkets. Basically, the new trinkets are amazing because you can use them after only 30 seconds, but they still only last 1 minute. So it's not like you can just defensively ward your buff at the beginning of the game and then go for your invade and be confident that nobody's going to your buff because your trinket ward will just run out. Yeah. That's why everybody is still waiting for these later invades, waiting till at least the 140 mark. And now everybody going 144, jump in onto another buff. It's pretty much the same old story, except that both teams actually have vision during this time. So they see the invades happening. Everybody feels much more confident in the beginning of the game. And we have the classic swaps of AD carry and support.
We do have some different plays, though. Dignitas is actually soloing buffs with Crumbzz, while ZionSpartan's jungling by himself, like this wolf camp down here. Meanwhile, compLexity is actually sharing experience in gold. So I want to see how it pans out with the 2 single jungles versus the double jungle.
If you are going to have 2 single junglers, Shyvana's not a bad choice as far as top lane semi-jungles are concerned, especially if he starts Burnout. So it probably should not hurt them that bad. And as well, when you share lane experience, lane minions, you get a bonus.
Yeah.
But when you share jungle camps, you do not get any sort of bonus, so it doesn't hurt them to be split up at all.
All right, well, right now, level 2 on everybody involved, though a bit more XP on Crumbzz still, to be fair. Looks like compLexity are not looking for that 4-0 push. They're taking plenty of time going around the map. They are looking to this mid lane, though. Shiphtur does not have any vision right now, the fact that Lee Sin's coming around behind him.
Yeah, neither mid laner with vision. It looks like compLexity will get... Wow, nice trinket!
Puts it down, good damage. Oh, Cleaver's going to hit for some damage as well, but there you go. Shiphtur down to 1/3.
I do that all the time. Throw down my trinket and just walk right by it.
Just look cool. Level 2 didn't have it.
Now this is a very gutsy move here. We've seen a couple top laners already today. Teleporting in, when you know there's only 2 people here, you're usually not worried about getting dove just 2v1 in the current meta. However, it can happen. Probably, though, gets a visit from Crumbzz.
Silence comes in, big damage. He's not going to burn any summoner spells. First blood goes over to Crumbzz in the mid lane.
All right, solo laner off to a great start here with the new jungler. Crumbzz takes a little longer coming in for his gank, but he makes it pay. Probably goes down, not burning any summoners though, so at least he will still rely on that flash next time it comes around. And it is an early first blood, so it's not the giant amount of gold that he's going to have to catch up from.
And look at this, BrokenShard only now hits level 3 because of the double jungling. He only just now got Safeguard. So it's kind of a low-level jungler. Crumbzz level 4 for himself. And so I feel like there's a very big difference in the level and like item lead for the Dignitas jungler. Westrice also taking gigantic damage just from the support.
It looks like it has shaken out. So he's going to have inflated CS numbers as well from killing plants, which only give you 5 gold. Misleading as far as the comparisons we're trying to make, but Dignitas have done a really good job here getting the wave to shove against them. So Westrice is just clawing, scratching and clawing to try and get any stray CS, any stray experience that he can. Whereas Zion has just opted to go straight for the jungle. It's a little bit more dangerous for Westrice, but he does have the cleavers and he's doing a good job soaking up experience here, even though the lane is pushing away from him.
And it's good moves by KiWiKiD that you saw him run up and tank the cleavers just to deny CS to guarantee Westrice was farther down. See, Westrice, we've seen him gain 4 CS. 2 of those were plants so far.
Pretty now the wave. Basically, Westrice also, because the damage he's adding, he's getting that wave to shove into the turret quicker so that it will reset. And really the story of these games has become who can control the minion wave experience better, because minion waves are the most abundant source of experience on the map. And experience is the most important resource on the map this early in the game. That's why people stop taking turrets so early, because you only get gold for the outer turret. 650 gold is not worth however... Westrice is going to get attacked
Big CC Ignitas on as well. He doesn't even bother trying to flash.
That was the more dangerous option.
Yep.
We saw him pay for it right there. No wards. Strays up into the river, but BrokenShard has a chance at a steal.
He does
Talk
have
about
a splash, though.
Yeah.
Oh, he could ward hop. No, his trinket's down. He can't even ward hop. He's got to land a blind Q at this point. BrokenShard, big damage. ZionSpartan flanks around the root lands as well. This is not good for Lisa, and he flashes, but Zion, he's going to follow 3 kills to Dignitas, plus the dragon.
Well, this game, the story is all Dignitas this time around. It looks like these solo lanes are definitely paying off. Zion has had an easy time in the jungle, playing safer, while his top lane has been denied him. And then Shiphtur in the mid lane also making plays, being able to control it. Yeah. So everything really working out for Dig. And Crumbzz finally gets his time to shine here. He is an extremely strong jungler, always at the top of the challenger ladder. And he actually plays many different roles as well, plays many different lanes, which allows him to understand how to gank a lane much better.
And he's playing freaking out of his mind. He's doing a very, very good job with the team, going for the standard Ancient Golem build as well on Elise. One thing you mentioned actually was Shiphtur and him making plays, doing really well in the mid lane. One thing I saw was very interesting. When Probably tags him with help picks, he uses Distortion off to the side, and as soon as Glitterlance comes out, he respawns back to the point, which basically guarantees he dodges Glitterlance. I was like, that's a really cool move. I never thought of that before, but Shiphtur is pretty freaking good at this game.
And now he's level 6.
Yep.
He gets that kill pressure that he's been waiting for with LeBlanc. You can see Probably does back off, and he gives up those few CS just because he's worried about being attacked from this top side. He does not have ward coverage on the top side river, so he does not want the exact same thing to happen to him before, where Crumbzz comes down and falls on his face.
It's interesting though, actually, is Probably's up 12 CS, 14 CS in this lane. Even though he got killed for first blood, he's actually getting Shiphtur away from minions pretty often here.
And there goes
Crumbzz. Red buff's on. No Cocoon even attempted there, just puts the guaranteed damage down.
So again, good play from Probly. Has to give up maybe a couple CS in the process. Blue buff will help him in that area though. And we said before, he did great against Shiphtur when Shiphtur was on coast.
Yeah, he's continued to do extremely well. BrokenShard taking big damage though, forced to jump away. He's trying to get back on cooldown for not a very useful ward.
Ooh, closing in here. Bubbadub needs to back out. Might even be too late.
Ooh, he's got nowhere to go. Pulls the TP in from Westrice. The TP does not. Oh, it does get stopped. They take it back. He's going to flash away. Bubbadub trying to get out for this one. RobertxLEE though, coming up with the rat-a-tat-tat. Big damage down, KiWiKiD. forced to run away. No kills.
Also, look at this movement here from Probably, roaming straight up the river. And he flashes in for it!
Ooh, gets rid of though anyway, just the same. Now KiWiKiD forced to, sorry, Imaqtpie trying to run away. He does survive in this one, but burns his flash for it. Bubbadub's root would have landed, so a lot of trades of summoners, but no kills.
Yeah, those are all just flash trades though. Pretty even across the board. Not too much missed here. Big lead in gold from both the kills, as well as some CS here for Dignitas.
All right, so compLexity now. We're going to watch this one. They've managed to stop dying for a little bit. They've got 2,000 gold down.
Crumbzz is looking to continue that, though. Ooh, if Robert goes aggressive here, it's perfect timing for Dig.
And the root's going to land on Robert. The ulti lands as well from Lucian. All the bullets almost hit, but now Crumbzz in from the side. Bubbadub ignited after the heal, I believe, but down to 200 health. Crumbzz will repel, not go in for the fight. RobertxLEE by himself pushes the rest of them away, keeps his teammate alive.
KiWiKiD may have that BF sword, but he does not have sustain for this lane either. Robert has been able to heal straight back up because he can continue to auto-attack the wave, and that gives him control of the entire top lane here, even without jungle support. It's a small win for compLexity because having the jungler show up top frees up BrokenShard to try and make something happen elsewhere on the map. Bottom side is dark. He could go for ward coverage inside the blue, but really he's just putting defensive pinks up and farming.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Okay, so it's all going to be everyone backing off. compLexity do get first turret kill. You got to say the fact that he's got some sustain, the fact that the ganks got turned around, and some good stuff for all this one. Westrice about a minute to go on his own teleport. He did cancel it, so it's only the 3-minute cooldown. And he's going to have that before too long. Westrice actually is holding up very nicely against ZionSpartan. 154 in minions. The one death earlier on I'm going to ignore for now, but the fact that is he's getting his items in.
You know what? As far as solo lane comparisons go too, Probably is punishing Shiphtur very well for Shiphtur's roaming. And then he follows it up with the roam of his own. So they didn't even lose map pressure because of it. Even though Shiphtur got there first, Probably got an extra wave of minions and was able to join and trade flashes.
Yeah, and now he's got a 20 minion lead because of that one. Dignitas is short for the mid lane though with a couple of guys, actually 4 of them there, only Lucian in the top lane, but they're forced to back away very quickly. Looks like the defense from Bubbadub and Probably is plentiful.
It's a good thing for compLexity as well that Robert's having such a strong early game. He's been able to shift him down to the bottom where he has another safe lane to farm. You could see that lane is going to be held by his turret as well. They want to get that Twitch to the Blade of the Ruin King as quickly as possible. As we said, this Dig team is going to be moving around the map quite a lot because they're looking for picks of their own with the Elise LeBlanc. But when you're looking for picks, it also opens you up to getting caught in compromising positions by someone who's invisible.
Ooh, nice move Shiphtur, though. We're going to get caught out by BrokenShard there. Can he get over the wall? Ooh. The kick not quite enough. Good lance barely misses as well. Shiphtur gets away, but loses the summoners for it.
They take that opportunity, though. Dig just got a lot of ward coverage down on this bottom side of the map with BrokenShard showing mid. And since they didn't get the kill out of it, not too bad here. Crumbzz actually does stop it.
Nice play there by Crumbzz. All right, but now look at this. I just kind of keep taking stock of the game, though, because the kills keep turning into not too much. But actually, hold on. ZionSpartan, good damage on a Westrice, putting him down below half. But compLexity are within 1,000 gold now. This team gave up 3 kills on a dragon and are clawing their way back in steadily after the laning phase. CS-wise, they're winning a majority of their lanes. Even the support's up 1. It's a good thing for compLexity.
Yeah, I think a lot of compLexity's hopes are going to rely on the power of that Twitch, too, combined with this Lulu mid. Probably is going to be a big part of keeping him safe if he does get caught out. Another dragon, though. This is going to be very detrimental for compLexity unless he goes for another Miracle Seal. Here, Twitch can line up a very good line damage, though. Outside Dragon Pit, he doesn't go for it.
RobertxShard's got no way out of that one as well. He ward hops in, smites early, gives away the kill. Dignitas get kill and a dragon out, putting them now almost 3,000 ahead.
And they don't decide to force the fight. I mean,
yeah.
both top laners do have teleport, and there's plenty of wards down there for him to join with, but nobody calling for that one. It was just BrokenShard trying to seal. I really thought Twitch getting people at the entrance to Dragon. Wow, Westrice has to be really careful, though.
Red buff ZionSpartan, though, really big damage. There's the flash from both of them. Dragon form gonna get juked away by Westrice. And if he can land into more cleavage, he's gonna get out of that one. Well played.
Look at his face too, calm as ever.
Yep.
Westrice barely escapes the jaws of death.
Probably takes a big chunk of damage there as well, but hey, Xiao has enough MR to keep him alive in this one. 55 MR on LeBlanc. Keeps Shiphtur pretty safe from counterattack as well.
Problem is here for Westrice is Zion has not gone back to purchase. That was even without boots, without an upgraded Blade of the Ruined King. Zion, he will be able to upgrade that Blade of the Ruined King now. Yeah, when he goes back, he's going to get a huge influx of power.
We something to be afraid of. We just got a Chain Vest added for Westrice, but you know, early Ruby Crystal and then not a Sunfire yet. That is going to be a bit of an item difference that you've got to track right here. Teleports available for Zion, not for Westrice now, but Dragon's not up, so that might not mean too much. Crumbzz does walk through that brush. All right. He was in the LCS for a split. He knows about this one. Stays to make sure it's dead, watching its corpse decay into the ground. And now Crumbzz looks to flank around the bot lane, around the mid lane, puts a ward, turns back.
Now, I talked about Zion's blade being completed, but Robert has his too. And I think he really needs to affect the rest of the map because compLexity are falling further behind here as Dig continue to take these dragons. They continue to control the objectives. So I think that compLexity, they really need to make something happen here with a surprise attack from Robert on one of these lanes. He does have the power to do it, but he's got to be careful about where he goes because if you show up right next to a LeBlanc, then you have to worry about getting 100 to 0.
Gotta play that one properly. It's interesting though, Dignitas seems like they're willing to play this game very slow. They just froze the bot lane. They were taking as much time as they could. Eventually it pushed out anyway. They look for the flank though, the dive in the bottom lane. No one is around to defend the Zion though. Gotta get himself into a 1v2.
Yeah, let's see if Westrice can actually bait him in here because of the red buff, Zion might get a little overconfident. Okay, his speed buff is down. It's time to go.
Here we go. Dragon Form gets him away. Now can BrokenShard follow up? Lands the Q. Nice play right here. Good damage comes in. Now Zion easily kicked into the wall. That's a kill picked up.
They bait the burnout. After the speed buff is gone, they go for the kill. However, all resources from Dig have been spent bottom. They show everybody else down there, and yes, they get a turret. However, that's 2 lanes in compLexity's control. They shove both top and mid.
So probably getting good damage down on this one. Top lane, of course, that turret's gone at this point anyway. Westrice going to get some free time to solo farm, builds a minion lead up over his opponents. Probably gets away, doesn't miss anything for that one. Shiphtur gets the remnants of that CS. And yeah, you can see the gold lead, 2,000 gold now. It was 3,000 before all those plays, but compLexity got more out of that.
Because they actually secured the kill up top, and as we said before, minion waves. They were able to farm 2 lanes with the minion waves during that time. Bottom tower was already extremely low, so losing that, not too detrimental for the compLexity team. It also allows longer lane for when that lane pushes back, another safe area to farm, little pocket of gold that they can get. Lulu is very safe at farming these mid lanes here. As you can see, great wave clear, and then that speed buff on herself to get back away from danger over to the side where she does have ward coverage, towards the bottom side of the map.
He's pretty safe in this one now. We're going to see what else can happen for these teams. Dignitas was playing the game fairly slow, had that measured push down to the bot lane. Zion got himself caught out. Shiphtur looks for plays, won't quite find that. No level lead in the mid lane. It's actually probably now hitting 11 first is a lead. More what's coming down on both sides this one. Dragon a minute and a half, but these teams are definitely taking very slow, measured advances.
And it's really been Dignitas, you know, with more movement across the map, trying to create those picks and being successful every once in a while, but it's been compLexity really doing a good job of evading them, buying Westrice time to scale that Mundo up, get him to the point where he actually can go where he pleases. He's actually done a good job of himself as well, dodging Zion. But this time, he's been cornered. 2 versus 3 would be okay if they were under the turret.
BrokenShard, gigantic damage. Wardhop won't get him too very far. Crumbzz still on the chase. There's the Q in from Shiphtur. Kill picked up. Now Westrice trying to run away. Still has the ulti available. Pops it now, but he's been ignited. The damage is going to be enough. Double kill now for Shiphtur. And top lane is Dignitas.
Well, again, as I said, Dignitas continue to look for those picks. compLexity can only avoid them for so long. They need to answer somewhere else. All these champions being positioned up top for Dig means compLexity have to take something else. Immediately, Robert goes very, very offensive, shoves down bottom in the mid lane into the fight.
Ignite on KiWiKiD. Down goes the Zyra. Probably getting locked up. The ulti. Big damage comes in from Shiphtur. The Zyra pass as well for that one. 1 for 1.
Crumbzz wants to make a pay as well. Coming in here looking for a dive, but he's standing on a ward.
That one's not going to mean too much, but here comes the brawl. Robert trying to go up on KiWiKiD, though mostly ulti is timed out, but big damage comes through, forcing the flash away as well. I mean, KiWiKiD does survive. There's a TP in from the backside by ZionSpartan.
Oh,
the teleport coming from Mundo as well. Can he keep RobertxLEE alive? The man does not have any summoners, but Westrice is enough to push back Zion.
Now, they both teleport up there, but the top lane of minions was actually just at the turret. So some minions do get lost to the turret in that exchange. Yes, he does save Robert's life. Robert actually going extremely deep there, using the Blade of the Ruined King active to trade for the KiWiKiD flash. He's got to be very careful, though. As we said, he's out of mana, can't get that speed boost.
Crumbzz taking a big chunk of damage there. Will not get chased down. His team's nearby. He does back off of that.
Dragon number 3 live, and compLexity do not want to continue to give those up. They need Robert there. They need the Twitch because without him, they do not have a hope of winning a dragon fight. Now, he did use his ulti in that last assassination attempt, and that's a big part of what Twitch does bring to those dragon fights. Yet they're still starting it off. They got the recall timers there. So compLexity doing a very good job. Timing the backs here from Dignitas. Bubbadub, though.
Pretty good damage on Bubbadub, though. This dragon very, very low. This should get grabbed out. There we go. BrokenShard with the smite. And Dignitas forced to run away. RobertxLEE rooted in place. Big burst comes out. Shiphtur explodes him. Now Probably forced to run away. Does Dig win this fight? In comes ZionSpartan. 2 kills picked up so far. Bubbadub makes it 3. Now only 2 members left alive. BrokenShard stunned over the wall by Crumbzz. Nice flash by him. Now only Westrice alive. 4-0. For Dragon for Dignitas.
They may have misjudged their damage there a little bit. We're able to get the Dragon, but not quick enough. Great job by Dig collapsing. Not only do they get the kills, which more than make up for Dragon, they also have free reign of the map. 2 waves in their favor. Dignitas now have a huge upper hand in this game, controlling the entire map. All right, so this is Bubbadub just getting shot. That means they only have 2 people this whole time. Damage from Mundo and Lee Sin were the only people doing damage to Dragon. They couldn't finish it quick enough. And as we said, if you're Robert, you go for an assassination attempt, be careful about showing up right next to a LeBlanc, because Shiphtur just blows him up.
Yeah, the confidence too. He thought there were no pink wards spot him. There was one in the top right of the screen that saw him go in towards the fight, and the skill shots kind of let him right in. While his ulti also on cooldown from saving Bubbadub, so all these support tools that could have saved Twitch from the burst weren't there, and he exploded.
Yeah, just forcing that fight around Dragon when they don't have a lot of their very important cooldowns for compLexity. They thought they could just get it and get out, but then they decided to take the fight there. Got caught around the pit for just too long. Good job by Dig capitalizing, though.
Okay. Crumbzz, nice, he repels to save his spiderlings. True support, keeping his little spiderlings alive. Crumbzz doing the right thing.
He's gonna have to worry about the main spider here, though.
Westrice is gonna put some damage down. The Burning Agony taking down the poor little spiderlings. They're all dead now. Crumbzz, human form, trying to get away. The root, he dodges all of it, but not enough damage comes through.
Westrice has had some very good jukes so far this game, I have to say.
You know, easy way to land skill shots, he always jukes west. False. Yeah, you're right. Okay, Shiphtur. The back away does not land to the BrokenShard Q. A little damage comes out of the Zyra plant, no big deal in this one, but we're up to a 5,000 gold lead. Dignitas consistently outfighting their opposition. Shiphtur, he tried to roam so many times, he lost out in CS, but he's 6-0-2 this game. The guy has found his way into so many fights. He's the only death for RobertxLEE. Knocking the Twitch down in teamfights, pretty important for this Dig lineup. And these guys are making it work pretty well. Imaqtpie, 180 CS, 0-0-4 in Lucian. He's putting in enough work to keep the team afloat. So far, Dig's new lineup, the individuals that got picked up are doing pretty well.
And it's this early game that nobody was really worried about for Dig. Everybody assumed really, especially with the addition of these strong solo lanes, they'd have a strong early game, and they would be able to control this stage of the game. However, it is the point where you have trouble finishing off again. Here we go. KiWiKiD forced the burn his ult from the ambush of Robert.
Probably face checks the brush. Big damage comes through. A lot of burst. Pops his own to keep himself alive. Not going to be enough. Shiphtur picks up the kill. 7-0-2. RobertxLEE goes back in for Crumbzz. He repels into the air, but he's got nowhere to go. He's going to be going down. He stuns up Robert. BrokenShard claims the kill. 1-for-1 there. The re-engage. No real damage from Shiphtur.
Just a 1-for-1 trade. However, KiWiKiD is shoving a free lane here. So not only did he get free farm, he's also getting turret damage. And that one will go down.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Well, Dignitas taking the turret lead back now, 4-3. compLexity did generally manage to capitalize off the kills they did get into turrets, but Dignitas is accruing gold from the random champion kills they're getting all around the map. And eventually getting those pushes in. KiWiKiD added Umbrella Namicon, by the way, to his support build, so we can help keep Mundo's health bar down. That'll be fun to watch for.
Ability power and spell penetration, very, very popular with the Zyra supports, bringing another source of very strong AP damage to a team. She does a lot more than you think, and it will also help out with Mundo, being able to apply that passive with everything that she has, plants included.
So all kinds of scary now. ZionSpartan level 14 to Westrice's 13. It's not even like 13.8. He's just flat out level 13 here. So the level lead has panned out for the Dig top laner. Blue casting this die off rather rapidly. Shiphtur looks for a play, can't quite find it. Pushed away by Bubbadub. Ulti comes in. Imaqtpie dealing some good damage, shooting backwards just to be stylish. Gonna be alright with that one. Bubbadub does get away.
Robert does open up again on KiWiKiD. No ult this time means he has to burn his flash. Well, he does have his ult this time, but he had to flash because he took too much damage, and the ult would not save him. Now, as I was saying before, the Dignitas, everybody expects a pretty strong lane phase from them nowadays. However, the end game, closing out games, has been something that has troubled them. It looks like they have a pretty good start, though. They've got great ward coverage in this blue side jungle of compLexity, so they can make picks on that side. And that's the side that leads into Baron. They have one of the most confident Baron smiters. If they can actually set up the Baron area in their favor in terms of vision, Crumbzz is an amazing smiter. He has very, very strong objective control as far as junglers go, especially being on that Elise.
And BrokenShard's tried to test him a couple times this game, and every time so far, Crumbzz has come out ahead on the Dragon Smite so far. So he's got the undefeated track record in the season. No miss smites for Crumbzz. See how long it takes for anyone to miss any of theirs so far, but right now everyone seems pretty perfect. Crumbzz looks at the pick here on a Bubbadub. He will get the face check from the Karma Cocoon. Doesn't land. Takes the ward down pretty securely though, but here we go. Dragon's back up.
And compLexity playing the waiting game. They have Westrice with a teleport ready, slowly farming up that side lane there, the top lane. KiWiKiD is the one that actually is going to beat him. So really compLexity, they're just trying to wait it out a little bit, delay Dignitas here. As we said, they've been trying to avoid picks all game long.
No pick
They
quite
just want to
found.
increase their vision.
Good dodge, the Q, everything really nice. Roots up there, and here comes the team fight though. Big Burst comes out in the front line. compLexity forced to run away.
Double tellies.
Damage from Lucian. Westrice shows up, gets rid of them. Pretty low on health, has to flash away. Probably's low.
Oh!
Good pick by BrokenShard, keeps him safe. Now Westrice forced to run away though, but compLexity, good moves aside, still on the retreat.
Yeah, a lot burned as well from compLexity. Westrice ulti, Probably ulti. The only thing they have left is the Twitch ultimate, which is, well, to be fair, the most crucial around this Baron fight. As we said, they need that vision.
All right, well, Dig going for the B word here in this one. compLexity go for the engage. Can they stop him? KiWiKiD roots up Westrice. Damage comes down. Down goes the Twitch right away. Westrice also going to go south, and here comes the Baron attempt. Number 2, low health bars. BrokenShard first and down. Triple kill for Shiphtur. That's going to guarantee the Baron. Picked up there. Crumbzz still undefeated in smites.
And Dignitas show just what I was talking about, the correct way to go about the Baron baits. They have complete vision around there. Straight pink wards everywhere. Shiphtur does make off the successful pick. And they're not only able to get the Baron, but that means because they got 3 more kills, they can secure everything else on the map, buffs and dragon included. KiWiKiD is even going for the greedy shove by himself right now.
Well, they know they're pretty much safe. Only guy could stop him is probably Bubbadub, and he can get away from those guys. Watch that fight again. Man, down he goes.
So that's the power of all these pink wards that they invested in. Not only do the pink wards clear out compLexity's vision, but also, even if Twitch does try and get off some stealth, opens him up for another Shiphtur sneak attack. Shiphtur knows there is no way they knew he was in that side bush. He had a perfect angle to go for that. Just pretty much LeBlanc dream right there. Being able to disperse down the Twitch. As soon as they get that, they know they've won this entire mid-game, basically.
So both times that RobertxLEE has died now was him walking through, basically in front of pink wards that Dig already has set up, and Shiphtur one-shots the guy. And it's a repeated pattern here, and it's very well played by Dig to control all this. They played Baron perfectly. They're playing Vision very, very well. It's all good for these guys.
Yeah, all those questions that I posed have definitely been answered. Look at that, 4 more pink wards, even though they still have 2 down.
Yeah.
You can't have 6 on the map.
No.
So somebody is just holding on to 1, even though they already have 1 already up. Dignitas have definitely reacted to the problems that they had before. Maybe it's the Scar coaching. Maybe they have just looked over enough replays here. But they are doing a great job. Vision control, not a problem.
Again, and Westrice succumbs to it as well. 2 more pink wards down to the bottom jungle. Dig happy to replace theirs. Move them somewhere else important. Stun on a probably good damage there. Shield's part of it. But now the mid lane under fire. Imaqtpie putting really good damage down, and there we go. Another turret, 5-3 now. Dignitas, 25 seconds of 5v4. Knocking at the front door.
They've got such a tremendous gold lead as well. You know, they can tank a few tower hits here, rely on that Baron regen, and just the threat of Shiphtur. A 10-kill LeBlanc.
Oh, the flash stun though. RobertxLEE explodes there in that fight. Bubbadub forced runaway as well, but the Cooling's going to pick that one up. 2 for 0 so far. Underneath the turret, Dignitas going to keep going.
Ooh, that's going to be at least 1 inhibitor here. They can actually continue to siege on Nexus turrets. They've got minions coming in, and they actually just decide to get another inhibitor down.
Yeah, it's a nice route from KiWiKiD pushing back Westrice, and there we go. Inhib turret number 2 going to fall. Mid lane going to be theirs one more time. 10 seconds until anyone respawns. 5v3. Nice for Dignitas there. They push down more of the base. Minions are gone. We look now for the bottom lane one more time. No supers, but they do have a cannon, and they are going to go for the Nexus turrets now.
All right, Dignitas with a very impressive showing. Will compLexity even try and go for the last stand here?
Oh, they're going to try the respawns now. They have all 5. Here comes the fight. The last Nexus turret will go down to ZionSpartan. 5 versus 5. The last fight for compLexity. Can they make it happen? Westrice in the front, but he's going to explode. Double kill there for Shiphtur. Explosion, triple kill. BrokenShard stuck inside the base. Everyone going down except the Lee Sin. Quadra kill for Shiphtur. Will they give it to him? Pentakill for Shiphtur in his first game on Dignitas. And they're going to start their series out 1-0.
15-0.
Yeah.
So you lose a few CS roaming around. Not a big deal. He's LeBlanc. He gets so many perfect assassinations. Dignitas, not only do they have strong solo lanes, but they had great vision control this time around. They actually won around Baron, baiting it.
They played it perfectly. It took us until playoffs to get a pentakill of the LCS in the spring split.
First day.
Took us 4 games. Shiphtur's first. I gotta say, this is an omen of things to come. This is one of the best roster switches.